Grip World, you found part 2 of episode 32 of This Week in Grip, and we'll be starting off with Thomas Larson's summary of the recent arm lifting competition he attended. If you're looking for part 1, check out the description box below. And now, the WAA World Arm Lifting Championships.
Well, and you bring up Thomas Larson, and I got a write-up from him on that arm lifting championship, so I'd like to read that.
Oh, great.
So he says, regarding the WAA World Arm Lifting Championships, other than Russians in some form nearby countries, and some from nearby countries like Kazakhstan, me, Arto, and Tommy Toomey were there. There were probably like 40 contestants or something, so less than last year when it was in Moscow. My results: Day 1, Axel, 200 kilograms, first place overall. 2 other people lifted the same weight, but they were heavier. Russian Bullet, first place overall with 15 seconds. Tommy Toomey got 13 seconds. Silarukov, 80 millimeter pinch block, 99 kilograms, first place overall. 1 other guy lifted the same weight. Hub, 35 kilograms, first place overall. That was day 1. Day 2, Silarukov, 60 millimeter rolling handle, 99.5 kilograms. I won my class. The winner got 100.5 kilograms, Tommy Toomey, and some other guy. Some 78-kilo guy lifted 95.5 kilograms as well. Extra event, dynamometer, which I won with 120 kilograms of pressure. The world record is 130 kilograms by the MM8 Master. V-bar handle lift to lockout, 102.5 kilograms. The winner got 110 kilograms. I think that's what you were talking about there, right?
Oh, I thought it was 107.5. Maybe it was 110. My bad, Chet. Sorry.
Gee whiz, Ricardo. Gee
No,
whiz.
I know. I might not come back now on the show. Hopefully I'm not banished to Siberia as a result.
Yeah. The last event was a relay race, a medley. Silarukov horn, too easy. Blobs and 3 dumbbells up to 66 kilograms. And the 80 millimeter Saxon bar to finish it off. I got second overall after. I didn't read this beforehand. I'm sorry. Pardon me. I got second overall after farting and hurting my lower back a little while lifting the 2 easiest dumbbells that made me fumble with the last dumbbell. I was 4 seconds behind the winner from Kazakhstan, Maxim Kazan or something. He's the leader of the Arm Lifting Kazakhstan Federation. These people are not on Facebook or Instagram. They use a Russian version of Facebook, so I don't see a lot of those guys, he says. I will try to find the link to the rest of the results, which is on a Russian site, so the translate might be a bit off. By the way, I got the axle to my knees while using a hook grip with 235 kilos. I can't get a full grip, though. There's a lot of videos and pictures on Facebook from Denis Shmarev. The medal ceremony was a bit confusing. A lot of age classes and weight classes. There were some pretty good finishers there. He also says, I certified on the 24-kilogram Silarukov blob, by the way. I did certify on the Silarukov 78-kilogram inch and Mr. Stronghand last year. Some guy, very big, lifted the 78-kilogram inch 11 times in 1 minute.
Yeah.
I think it was. And he and 3 others lifted the 78-kilo inch and the 66-kilogram inch at once, including Tommy Toomey. So sounds like some pretty crazy feats of strength went down at that competition, and many of them were by Mr. Wide Pinch himself.
Absolutely.
Thomas Larson. So, Thomas, thank you for putting that on there. That was literally a comment in the comment section of part 1 from last week's YouTube, last week's episode of This Week in Grip. So, by the way, everybody, make sure as you're listening to this, you go down and click that thumbs up button either with your mouse or your thumb. I know you got thumbs on you, everybody, because you're pinch gripping, okay? Let's get those thumbs working, because I'm not seeing the number of likes going up very much. Actually, that's a lie. I guess we got 28 likes on part 1 last week, so I take that back. Sorry, I lost my head. All right. The other feat, guys, this other feat that I wanted to talk to you guys about, this is something that I can't remember anybody ever doing with any kind of sizable dumbbell at all. But you guys are familiar with an inverted dumbbell lift, right, where you kind of lift it. Yeah, you lift it in a claw grip. You've done these before, right, Alan?
Yeah, stand it up on one end and kind of lift it up like a hub.
Yes,
but on the outside of the dumbbell,
block weight style. Yeah, and then naturally you keep your fingers, your grimy fingers and thumbs out of the print on there. That's what I tell these kids when I'm training them. I say, keep your fingers out of that number sign, or I'm going to cut them off, brother. So,
there you go. Way to get aggressive, Jed. That's good.
That's right. There's no passive aggressiveness. It's just aggressiveness. So
that's how we do it.
So I get a message. I'm about ready to go to bed last night. Okay? It's like 8:30. All right? It's bedtime. And I get a text from Joel Dirks, who happens to be training at the time out in Minnesota somewhere, out in the land of a million lakes or whatever. And he proceeds to show me this video of himself doing a 40-pound inverted dumbbell flip. He literally picked the 40-pound dumbbell up off the ground. It rotated in air, and then he caught it by the opposite end and controlled it before setting it peacefully, silently back to the ground.
That's
now, have you
cool.
guys ever seen anything like that before?
No, I got to be honest. I'm afraid to try a lot of this stuff, like, Gil's throwing hubs around, and anything James Fuller does, I don't do, because that guy's insane. The guy's nuts. He has a flexibility like crazy. Tim Butler does the things there. I get injured way too easily. So I got to be honest. If it's not in a contest, I am going to be not likely to practice it because I'm too old at this point. I get injured too much. I don't want to get injured. But I could see a number of people doing that. But, yeah, that takes some claw strength right there to catch that thing in midair. That's pretty cool.
You ever do anything like that, Alan?
No, but the name I was going to throw out there to try it, first thing that came to mind was actually Tim Butler. Because we've been seeing all kinds
of crazy stuff.
We've been seeing a lot of inverted dumbbell lifts out of him lately with weight added. So I would think that'd be right up his alley. Plus, we saw that blob fumble from him not too long ago where he just about dumped it. You remember that? Just about took out his phone. So this would be a good opportunity to wreck
he can finish off the phone. So. Good, Alan. He can get an upgrade on the phone. If he misses that dumbbell, he's got two heads to just destroy the phone. If one doesn't do it, the other head will do it, and then he can buy a new phone. Perfect thinking, Alan.
Dude, these block weights are not dumb, man. They see a piece of crap iPhone and they wanna flatten it just like everybody else does. Nobody.
It's like there's a target on it.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Jed, what is a gold standard for that inverted dumbbell? I got to be honest. I've only messed with it a couple times. I know I did a 50-pound one pretty easily. Haven't had access to more of those inverted dumbbells. What's like a gold standard on that one?
A gold standard, would you say, let me ask you this, are you saying gold standard like a 60-penny nail is like a gold standard bend? Or at least I've heard that stated before?
Yeah, just like what separates the boys from the men, put it that way, on the inverted lift. Like what's a real good lift on that?
Yeah, before you said a number, I was going to say 50 pounds.
Yeah, I did that one pretty strong. I did it at Ode's house one day. I didn't even know it was a thing. He's like, "Can you pick that dumbbell up?" And I grabbed it by the handle, and he's like, "No, by the top." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And then he walks over and does it. So then I did it. So I didn't even know that was good. I did it, so I had to try it. So and usually he beats me on everything. So I was able to do it. But yeah, so 50 is good. So what have we seen lately in that venue, Alan? You seem to be on top of these things on these dumbbells. What has Timmy lifted the most on?
I can't remember what he had on there. Let me look for that in a second. When you asked what the gold standard was, I was trying to find one from Brian Shaw because I seem to remember him lifting one of the new style York dumbbells inverted, and I can't remember what it was. It was big though. I want to say it was like 60, 65, something like that even.
Well, have you ever met Brian Shaw in person?
No, but I know he's a beast. But that was the
The dude is
that was just one I wanted
human.
to. Yeah, yep. That was just one that I was trying to find that because Nate Browse had posted something about that on the grip board, and I know he was going to try to track down one of those dumbbells. Then, here it is right now.
Well, Alan, let me just interrupt before you tell us what it
60-pounder.
is. Yeah, anything that Brian Shaw does, I mean, dude, that has to be taken as alien level, like mutant level.
Yeah.
The guy's a mutant. And I want to go back to something Jed said. He's talking about Thomas. I don't know if you caught that, Jed. Thomas hook gripped the axle. Dude, the guy has very large hands. To hook grip an axle, dude, I can barely get my fingers touch, but they don't hook. There's no way.
Yeah.
So, and it was allowed because I asked him about that prior, and Thomas told me that he asked the meet organizers if he could do it, and it was allowed. Obviously, on an Iron Mine axle, that's a no-no. We actually had someone do that at the Fit Expo last year. I'm not going to say who, but they definitely hook gripped the axle, and they went from lifting 170 kilos the last year, they couldn't do it, to hook gripping 210 in the contest. And then when there was finally noticed that they were hook gripping, then they were not allowed to continue that contest. I mean, they could continue the contest, but not that event anymore. They were done. But there wasn't evidence that they had hook gripped the other weights, but it was a massive turnaround.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it
Jed,
definitely
can you
makes
hook?
a difference. I mean, there's no.
Could you hook grip
denying
an axle? You have big hands. Can you hook grip an axle?
If I fish my fingers around just the right way, I can get contact. But no, my big hands, like my hand length gets negated, I believe, by the thickness of some of the tissues in my hand, whether it's the muscle, skin, callus, whatever buildup it is. I've said a lot of times that I can't fit my hand in my glove that I wore in college anymore. So something has changed about the dynamics of my hand. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I can get contact. But in order for me to get contact, I actually have to change the way that I squeeze the axle. It takes weight away from me. So, but I know that I don't know if you know the name Daniel Reinard. He's from California.
I met him. I met him once. Yeah, he's got real long, skinny body.
Right.
Long and skinny.
Yes, and he can hook grip the axle.
That doesn't surprise me. I know he was real good on the block weights. And I met him at the very first grip contest I ever did, which was at Clay Edgin's gym. It wasn't Clay's gym yet, but it was at Clay's gym. Now it's his gym in Santa Cruz Strength. And he was there, and I was like, who's this skinny guy? And then he started lifting these weights, and then I looked at his hands, and his hands are gigantic. I don't know how big they are, but the dude has got some mitts, and obviously he spent a lot of time practicing. He's very, very strong. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't think he's actively doing it, but he's a strong dude for sure.
Yeah, he works a lot, so he hasn't done much grip training in the last couple of years.
Oh.
If he had been able to stick with it, I mean, I don't think he's been involved in it since 2013, I think, because that's when I first started making a big run at the old school Yorks, and he and I used to text back and forth, and right around that time is when he got out of it. So yeah, it's been several years now. So, but
he was at Clay's contest, and he was coaching this guy Stephen Ruby. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, he's like a big
monster
brute guy, huge
6'7", 6'7", monsters, 300. I want to say 80, 70, 60. I don't know, close to 400 pounds. A monstrous guy, naturally like really raw, strong, like just. Not gym strong, but like I think he's from Central California, maybe in a more of a farming area. Big, massive dude, and he was coaching that guy, who I haven't seen at another contest, which is good because there's another guy who's stronger than me. So good, one less guy to have to freak out about. The guy's a monster.
Hey, quick question, Alan. How far are you from Minnesota?
From Minnesota itself, probably about a half an hour.
Okay. Well, you might be getting a new competitor.
I messaged back and forth with Joel Dirks a little bit. It sounds like he's tentatively planning on coming down.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped about that. Yeah, he's just right up in the cities, so that's a little maybe 2.5 hours or so.
That's what he said. 2.5 hours. So, I was trying to figure out who he was talking about, and then because I forget where the heck all these states are, brother. I forget.
No, so I'm pumped. I haven't received a firm commitment from anybody yet. I'm getting these strong maybes, but that's about it. So I've been kind of working some people, but It sounds like, I mean, I'm pretty excited about that one. So it means I'm going to have to get some extra plates outside of that guy's
You
coming
might
down.
have to, dude. You might have to prepare for some pretty shocking stuff. There's another dude who I'd love to see get involved in King Kong, and he just knocked off something he's been training on for a long time, 400-pound double overhand 2-inch axle. Jason Gillen, are you familiar with this guy?
No.
I know that name. Yep.
Yeah, he's up in the what state? Oregon area. I don't know exactly where he's at, but he trains with Matt up there, and I know that they know Gresham Gripper and all those guys, so who knows, he could be going to the King Kong too. If Joel Dirks shows up and Jason Gillen and some of these other dudes, I mean, it could really shake stuff up.
Yes.
Some of these lifts. Well,
I'm not familiar with the Jason guy. Obviously, a 400 axle is no joke.
Right.
Who does he post lifts on social media? And I apologize that I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah.
What is
so I don't
deal?
know of him posting on Instagram at all, but he posts on Facebook quite a bit, especially the Northwest Grip Fanatics or whatever it is. That group. Is that what it's called, Alan? Help me out.
Northwest Grip Enthusiasts.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I want to make sure that's a good group to get into, Ricardo. I know you don't do much Facebook, but that's one of the ones where there's a lot of stuff going on in there. People post and things like that.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, another good one is the Grip Strength group, and I think Jason might post there from time to time too. There was one other feat here that I wanted to make sure that we touched on. Are you guys familiar with the name Alex Pritula? Pritula?
No,
I'm not. No.
So
but I got a feat I
want
to touch on before we leave. I got a monstrous one that we haven't brought up yet.
Yeah, we will.
So.
We will. This guy, I know this name, and I don't know. I can't remember where he's from. I didn't Google it or anything. I don't know if he might be an arm wrestler or something like that, or somebody that did grip a while back. But some other dude who I didn't record the name, so I don't know who it was. My apologies. Says, you got to check this video out. I've never seen anybody do this before. He did this Alex Pritula did a number 3 gripper inverted table no set close. Like it was upside down in his hand.
That's no joke right there. Wow. Wow.
I mean, that's pretty good. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I've ever even tried that.
I would never even try that. I've never tried that for sure. I can guarantee that. Yeah, that's no joke. Anyone who walks into one of those, that's serious gripping power right there.
Yeah. What do you have, Ricardo?
Well, this is a monstrous one, and I'm surprised you guys didn't comment on it yet. This is Alexei Tukalov posted a 200-kilo blue fat grips double overhand deadlift.
I did not even see that. Where did that come up at?
It's on YouTube. If you just subscribe to him. Now, his name on Instagram is The Finn. The space Finn, and he was toying with it, shrugging it, holding it up and down. I mean, it was, and he has very short arms. It was actually disgusting. It was so easy for him, and I got to be honest. Obviously, we all know fat grip is wider than Apollone's axle, so he might be in real position to throw down a nasty Apollone's axle at the LA Fit Expo, maybe even world record. He's attempted it a couple times. I haven't talked. Ode's just recovering from the surgery. I might have to email Ode and see if Alexi's entered already, if he's coming.
Right.
I've competed against him twice, and he's an interesting dude. He keeps to himself.
Do me a favor when you get a chance and send me the link to his channel, because I'm not getting it. I can't find it. I thought I was actually already subscribed to his channel because he put up a silver bullet shortly after I broke the record, where he exceeded the time that I put up last year, or earlier this year, I should say. So if you get a chance, just send me that link, and I want to make sure to add him to my subscriptions. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it right now for you. I put you on speakerphone temporarily, but it's just me sitting here. So. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you right now. Alan, have you seen that lift?
No, I hadn't. I'm trying to find him on Instagram. What did you say that was? It was, run that by me again?
The
Finn.
Finn. The Finn.
Boy, I am struggling with this one right now. Finn.
I'll send it to you shortly.
Okay. Yeah, that's just not That's just not coming up for me. Even tried searching by his name even. But that's huge. Yeah, you know, those blue fat grips.
It was beyond ridiculous, you guys. It was beyond. And he does not have big hands. I've seen him in person. I mean, we know each other by name. It's the fin, one word with fin with 3 N's.
3 N's. That's where I went wrong. Okay.
That's the trick. The fin, 3 N's. Here it is. Fat grips, 200 kilos.
Got it.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I accidentally got it on there, but I'm going to send it to Jed. You want me to email it to you or text it to you, Jed?
No, I got it. I'm subscribed now. Wow! Holy crap! He like shrugged it a few times.
Yeah. I told you, he toyed with it. It was disgusting. He just looked like nothing. Like nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So relaxed.
Relax. Dude, the guy does not have...
It doesn't count, though, bro. He's taken off of 1.5 block, so that totally negates the lift. Sorry.
Look, I mean, he even shows his hands come nowhere close to touching. He does not have big hands, and he has super short arms, as you can tell in the video. But I'll tell you this. I wonder how much Alexei can curl. I'm going to ask him if he comes to L.A. in January, because he lifts with that bent arm technique. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much he can curl, and there's always been some debate about his, record-setting rolling thunder lifts. The most I've seen him do in person is 275. But his axle is insane. I mean, just insane. I've seen him do, I don't know, in person maybe 215, 473 is the most I've seen him do in person, and very solid lockout, like you see on that video, holds it still. But I would think that 200 kilos, I mean, he's got to be getting close to 500 on the axle.
That's crazy.
If not over. I mean, what do you think, Alan? Any comments on that?
Well, no, that's huge, because that's like those are about 2 3/8 inch or so, and depending on how big the bar he was pulling on, the fat grips might not have even gotten a complete close over it, depending on the diameter.
On my bars, they don't touch. There's a gap there for sure.
So he might be well over 2.5 inches. So that's
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's monstrous. So I guess I couldn't venture a guess. It's how much weight exactly it would put on, but to be approaching 500 pounds, that doesn't sound unrealistic to me. He's a strong dude. We've seen a lot of huge rolling thunder rolling handle type lifts out of him too. So that's probably right up his alley.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know for me, I haven't tested my fat grips deadlift lately, but I would say it's in. I think my best of all time is 340, and I think and my best axle in a contest has been 374 with some close attempts at 400. I think right now I can do a 400 axle, and maybe my fat grips is in the 350. So that's like 15% more. You look at 15% more, that's 60 pounds more than he did. And that 200 kilos was not a max. I mean, Jed, how much do you think he can lift? Another 10 kilos?
Oh, for 15? Sure, yeah. I would say so. Guys, I just saw something on Instagram here that caught my eye. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm catching some stuff in real time here too. There's some neat things
like
showing up.
Breaking news.
I mean, okay. So you guys know that Uni Mahonen is Mui Koku.
Yep.
Mui Kukko.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to say that.
Yeah. All right. So here's the post. 2 weeks to the race, which I see a lot of the finish. They use the term race for competition. And then doesn't really give much of an explanation of what's going on in the comment in the description, because the tags are all one word and the translate doesn't grab it. But you see Squeeze Us say, "Oh no, what happened? Mr. Wide Pinch ? And then he says, "Tore my thumb. It seems that my thumb cannot handle over 55 kilograms yet." And then Mr. Wide Pinch, no one can handle over 55 kilograms on the flask yet. I hope it heals before the competition. Guys, I'm going to be the first to go out on a on a ledge here and say that this is a bunch of tomfoolery.
Right.
I was
thinking the same thing.
This is gamesmanship here. I can smell gamesmanship just as well as I can smell sarcasm, brother.
That's a seriously taped up thumb. That's way overkill. Yes.
I mean,
yes.
He's at you almost. I saw that the term that Pat Maisels used this week was degloving. Apparently, there's a medical term, degloving for
it's a horrible medical term.
Yeah.
Yes. It involves, if you guys do any work with your hands and you wear wedding rings, take them off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
look it up. You don't want that to happen to you. Get the rubber one.
I got a bad image, Alan, of you working on the air conditioners and the heaters.
And I don't wear the ring. People get hung by the rings all the time. It does horrible things. That would be, to a grip athlete guy, that's game over for you.
Career ending, absolutely, yeah. Career ending.
Yep. So no, everybody out there, take them off, or or if your wife insists, get the rubber ones that they have out there. Yep, absolutely. That was
I take mine off all the time when I train and when I do yard work and stuff for sure.
Yep. No, it's a terrible
like the way
thing.
It feels.
Yep. Well, no, Jed, I'm with you on that. You look at this guy's thumb, and he went. Yeah, that or he filleted the crap out of this somehow, and we haven't seen this kind of damage done from anything grip-wise. So that.
That's
well, I'm gonna take the opposite.
I was biting. I was biting there. He got a couple guys, but I only nibbled and then spit out the lure.
I'm going to take the opposite tact and think that this guy's, the best. He's pushing the envelope, and then maybe he did have a tragedy there. It could have happened. We'll see. I'll have to contact my European sources for more information. But I do want to add something, Jed. Alan made a great point last week about we don't know all the competitors because not everyone does stuff on the social media.
Yeah.
And so I did get from one of my European sources told me that I was incorrect. My phone blew up after the last episode in a positive manner. But I was told I was slightly off base with my prediction for Jesse Pianonian, and again, I may be butchering his name, which set a world record on the Crusher. I was told he's only second in Finland on the thick handles, and that actually the guy that you mentioned from the Golden Tiger meet, Tommy Tuomi, is a half a notch ahead of Jesse P. on the thick bar. He set the Finnish record of 109 kilos on Rolling Thunder. He beat Thomas head-to-head on the different weight class. He's a bigger man, but beat Thomas in the Golden Tiger, I think, by a kilo on that handle, on that 60-millimeter handle. So I heard that he should be considered the front runner for any kind of record being set on the 2.5-inch Crusher. So Tommy Tuomi, hear it now, believe it later, that he is in the mix. He's definitely doing King Kong. They have 2 venues in Finland. He's going to go to one of them, for sure.
Well, I went and pulled, I don't know if you guys checked the comments out from the video last week, but specifically episode 31, video B.
I did not have a chance to do it yet.
Yeah, Jesse Pignonen put up some of his own predictions, just like we asked everybody.
I did see his.
Appreciate him doing it. So he says that on the Crusher, first place is Russian guy. Whoever that is, might be one of the dudes that Tommy...
He means that Igor Kapinski.
Yep.
That guy who's the current record holder.
Yep, very possible. Second, Tommy Tuomi, 93 kilograms in February. 3, Brian, which I'm assuming is Hunsaker, and then Thomas, which I'm assuming is Larson. So that's his top 4 for the Flask. He threw out Cody in first place, Uni in second, Harry Talonen in third, 4th, Jake Selaney, and 5, Ardo Gironin. So those are his top 4 in the Flask. On the Stub, he says that number 1 is going to be Uni, and then 3 to 4 guys from the Sawo competitions pull 50-plus as well on the Stub. Also, Tommy Tuomi is pulling close to 50 pounds or more for sure. V-Bar, he's going to Jake and Cody tying for first place, or one of them is going to be in first. He's hitting up Gil for second, Thomas for third, Brian for fourth. And then he says overall could go to 4 to 6 different guys So no idea. So there's some predictions from him. Michael Thomas looks at.
Oh, can I interrupt, Jed, right there? I want to provide commentary on Jesse P's commentary. Okay,
yeah,
so I've definitely interacted with him on the Instagram many times. He's a great guy, very humble in addition to be very strong.
Awesome.
And I find it very odd that he did not include himself, and that might just be part of the culture, to include himself in the predictions. But, dude, that guy beat all of those guys listed at the Sawwell competition there. He beat them all. They were all there. So all the Europeans, not Gil, of course, not Cody, not Brian, but he is undercutting his own abilities, and he's only been doing grip, check this, you guys, for 6 months.
Wow.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, 6'5", about 260, not super huge hands, not like Thomas or Ode, not super huge hands, but a very strong man who's only going to get better.
That's
the
cool.
kid is I don't know how old he is. He's very young. He's
looks young.
He's very
looks
good.
Very young. Yeah.
Yeah, probably low 20s, I would guess. I don't know how old.
Right. Right.
He's very strong.
The big impact for me was when he smoked that Grip Monsters inch with ease.
Oh, nothing. Yeah.
So back to Michael Thomas's prediction. He says Thomas Larson's the winner, and he put you over in wrestling. In wrestling, we say put you over as far as like giving you credit or letting you have the victory or whatever. Great job, Ricardo. You made the show much, and I'll just say better now because there's a bunch of muches there. So
oh, that's nice. That's nice of him.
All right, so people are appreciating having Ricardo on, so that's why we brought him back.
Thank you.
Eric Rusin also predicting Uni Mahonen for the overall win. He says, I think this is his year. He's not tied, I'm sorry. He's come in second the last 2 years. So this could be his year. My good buddy Joseph Sullivan says it's going to be an awesome experience, and he's psyched. It's going to be his first contest. He's coming down from Syracuse. He's been on a
first grip contest ever?
Yeah, buddy. Yep, first contest ever.
But he's a strong dude. I've seen some of his clips. I mean, you train with him occasionally, right? He's a strong dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's like 245 and up, depending on how many smorgasbords he's been going to. And, yeah. Very, very powerful dude. And then there's some other guy here, and the username on Facebook is, the username on YouTube. Is Remiju. J-U. He says the top three, Uni, Jesse, and someone of this group, Gil, Harry, and Thomas. If Cody will compete, then he is in that group too. And then Stanislav Matvienko says if Igor reach his good shape before comps, he will win 2 events for sure, 2.5 crusher and 2 inches V-bar. 2.5 crusher, about 100 kilograms, and V-bar 150 plus. So there you go. There's some more thoughts from the audience.
The peanut gallery. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know what, dude? It's obvious there's a short list of top gripsters out there. As we declared last week, right, I tried to make it crystal clear that my predictions were only that, just predictions, not to slide anyone. But, yeah, would it shock me if you won, Jed? No. Would it shock me if Gil won? No. Would it shock me if any of the Scandinavian guys won? No, because they're all very, very strong. And I might add, Jed, you're in dark horse mode here. We don't see too much actual King Kong training from you, so I'm not going to call you out on that in front of the world, or maybe I did. But but you know what? You're going in dark horse mode here, and it's hard to pick against someone who's already been there and done it once. So I just want you to know that I have the utmost respect for your lifting abilities, and you shouldn't be counted out in any way, shape, or form.
Hey, you know what? If people don't think about me in the predictions, man, that's all right, because I do try to fly under the radar, my man. So
there you go. Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah, you've been downselling the stub pretty good.
So hey,
well, with such a love affair for the stub, what else can he do? I mean, there's not much more he can do.
Yeah. I'm just looking for a good day, a couple PRs, no injuries, and I'll be styling, brother. Absolutely styling. All right, guys. We are over an hour here. We usually try to keep it to an hour. I think what I'll do is I'll cut the show into 2 pieces again. That wasn't really planned, but I think I'll go ahead and figure out a sensible way to cut it, and that way people can digest it a little bit more easily. And absolutely look forward to more comments. If anybody else wants to throw something on there as far as predictions, definitely do it, and we'll try to read them in the next show. I wish everybody good luck in their training going forward, and if you guys have any other closing comments, then you can feel free to go ahead and do so, guys.
I do have something real quick here. There is another grip competition coming up on November 11th, and I just wanted to get this mentioned out there. I hate it when we overlook these things, but I've seen Dan Senadoza has shared this here and there, and it looks like the Baltimore Kettlebell Club is going to be having a grip contest November 11th at 11 a.m. Looks like they're having a lot of different varieties, some York blobs, deadlift, gripper, anvil, sledge levering, rope hangs. Anybody interested might want to check out the Baltimore Kettlebell Club's Facebook page. It looks like there's a $45 early registration fee, $55 fee after. It looks like November 4th. It sounds like there's a shirt provided, food, things like that. Should be a decent get-together. I have no idea what all gripsters are out there as far as that goes. Big thing that caught my mind was that they got the York blobs as an event. So if I was out that way, I'd definitely be getting in on that one. So, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Like I said, I hate it when some of these get overlooked, and sometimes these really get buried. You know, if you don't catch them when they come popping through quick, it seems like they disappear right away.
Yeah, and I'll just, if people don't know, I've been friends with Dan Senadoza since 2002 online, and I competed with him at Battle for Grip Supremacy, and he was lucky enough to, by way of a technicality, finish ahead of me at the first ever grip contest that I did. So, wow. But I've been friends with him ever since, and he's going to run a good, fun comp. He's a good guy, quality individual, family man, got about 100 kids. Wouldn't be surprised if a few of them were in the competition as well. Beautiful wife. She's also a kettlebell practitioner, as well as massage. She was massaging Dan in between events at that Battle for Grip Supremacy in
that has to help.
2003. Yeah. Illegal support in between events. I call foul, brother. That's got to get written into the rules. We're having an IGC meeting tonight. All right, go ahead, guys.
Hey, I have one other nugget to plan in the seeds of the potential contestants out there. I don't know if people are looking forward past King Kong as to what is the next contest they may do. I know the Grip Mist is on a lot of people's horizon, but I want people to consider coming out to Los Angeles for the LA Fit Expo. Ode has organized the contest a little bit differently this year. It's got some new surprises. We can talk about it more later, but it's January 6th and 7th in LA, and I think I think it's going to be very high level. We've heard of people from other countries coming already. I don't have a confirmed list yet, but Ode's contests are always high level, and I think for people willing to or wanting to challenge themselves in a single venue, so the opposite of the King Kong multi-venue approach. I mean, you want to lift against a guy like an Alexei or Roman Penskovsky or even a mere mortal like myself, you're welcome to find out about it and find out more information. So,
well, I'll tell you what. Why don't once we get past King Kong, why don't we do like a detailed discussion of what exactly is coming up in that contest, so everybody has an idea, brother?
I think it's fantastic. Great idea.
Cool. And
all right, Jed. Well, thanks again, Alan. Thank you. Yeah. Pleasure as always. I enjoyed it very much.
Great having you on.
Thank you.
Take it away, Alan.
All right. Well, that's episode 32 of This Week in Grip. Hope everybody enjoyed it. I would like to hear, Gil's input and Andrew's input on some of the discussion with regards to the V-bar and the different forms out there, especially Gil's from the engineer's point of view. Be neat to hear what he has to say on that. For everybody, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll be back next week with another one. We'll see you then.